Okay, this is going to be a shelter set, and so here's all the accoutrements I've developed for it. Now let's go over and I'm going to set it up because there's several people want to see it set up so they visualize it a little bit better. Okay, first off, you've got the cord going around it. Now, this cord is already attached. It can be detached if it needs to be. It's just a loop hook, not permanently attached, and therefore I leave it on it, and all I do is I wrap it around. This is what binds up the tarp set. Okay, once we unwrap it, right in the beginning you have your ridgeline. Then you have 4 sets brightly colored guy lines. This is for when you're going to fly the tarp up over a hammock or something. And then I have my 6 stakes like we talked about. So let's go up to the tree and we'll start setting this up. Okay, I come up to the tree, I open up, and I take out my tent stakes, etc., and I lower it at the base of the tree. Now I'm going to take the tarp and open it up, just like that. Grab and hold that line that I've already got attached. Just going to flip it out here, take the line, go up to the tree, go around the tree, come underneath, go over, and then out here in this loop, I want to take and form a loop. I want to wrap that loop around 3 times. Okay? Stick my thumb in it, pull around here, and then pull tight, just like that. That is a timber hitch, and that ain't coming out. Now I pull it out and stake it. Now I take my 3 stakes, I grab the opposite point right here, and I'm going to come up to the grommet and I'm going to hook it to my stake. Now how I'm going to do that is just like this. Get you in a bit closer. Okay, I've got a grommet. I've got a loop on my thing. I'm going to come down from the top, just like that. Then I'm going to put the entire stake into it, give it a twist. That ain't going to come out, and I pull it out and stake it. So let me show you that again. Notice that on these stakes there are notches. Okay? So I take my loop, comes the grommet, I come from the top going down, I open up my loop, I put the head of the stake through the loop so it hooks into one of them notches, then I twist it around a couple of times to whip those two together. Now I stake this down. Okay, I take it, I pull it out, angling my stake at a 45-degree angle away from it, put the first stake in. I take my second stake, do the same thing on this front point. I come in, I put the loop down to the top, put it over the top of the stake, twist it around twice, pull it out. Angle it at 45 degrees and tap it in. This makes a very quick shelter to set up for inclement weather. Okay, now the basic shelter set up. But you remember that penny mod I put in the middle? Right there it is. Now you remember them guidelines? Okay, here's one of my guidelines. It's got a bowline tied at the end, and then it's just hanked up. It's about 10 feet of line. And what I do to make it easy to unhank is just a series of half hitches right here to hold the hank together. So there's no knot to get out. You just pull out all those half hitches and suddenly you got line. Now, I take that bowline knot, I come up here to my loop and my penny mod, I stick the loop through, and then I pass the rest of my cordage through the loop of the guy line that I just pushed through. Now I got a quick connect. See if I've got a handy limb like that right there that I can attach to right quick. Now, you get the idea. I could take this and I could run it out to a pole right here, out to another tree right here, and pull this center up tight to make a nice big open shelter without having to do a lot of fuss. I don't have to use this, I can use a stick as well. Now it's just a simple diamond plow point. Quick and easy up. Now let me show you how the ridgeline goes to turn this into a flying tarp. Okay, I used a timber hitch up here, remember? So now all I gotta do is just grab my line and pull, and it will unlap and drop. Just like that, it just falls off the tree. And there is my quick deploy line to my tarp, and a quick way for me to sit there and tie it up or set it up in a hurry. So this line stays on it. But all it is, it's not knotted, it's just a bowline. It's a bowline that I put through that grommet and then stuck the rest of it through so it stays secure like that. It ain't gonna come out by itself, but I can easily take it on and off. I don't like to have to put a knot on a tarp if I can avoid it. Okay, here's how I gather up my ridge lines. I have my loop. I'm going to put that loop between my fingers. I'm going to take about 2 fingers. Easier to do it this way, wouldn't it, Michael? Take 2 fingers like that and just wrap it around a little bit. It's only 10 feet. Now when I get down to where I got like a foot or so left, I'm going to gently slide them off my fingers. Try not to roll it around. Just like that, so it's a hank. I'm going to pinch it in the middle. I'm going to take my loose end, I'm going to twist it to make a loop. Put the loop over the hank and pull it up. Twist another one, go over the hank, pull it up. Twist it, go over the hank, pull it up. And I'll wrap up the remaining cord, and at the end I'm going to do the same thing again. Now it's not really secured, it's not really knotted, it's just half hitches. But it'll keep it in a wad for me to pull out. Now I know where my loop is, and all I got to do is just pull this line and these half hitches will start coming out. Pull it toward the top and you'll pop, 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 no, just come off. And I got a quick, easy deploy ridge line. Guy line. Now, my ridge line. I've tied this in some funky color or something so I know when I see it in the pack, that's ridge line. Contrasting color, no doubt that's ridge line. So, I unhook, where I've simply just done a couple of overhands with the tarp ties, like that. Now it comes the line. There's my bowline, and there is the 2 separate tarp connectors. Okay, so I'm going to go up here to the tree. I'm going to give myself enough slack, however I may need. And again, I'm using those half hitches, so all you got to do is you get the half hitch and pull, and it comes right out. Now I'm going to, remember this is going to go around the tree, so I need to take my tarp knots and go ahead and index them down where they're going to be far enough down. So when I go around this tree, it's not going to pinch them up. So, come up to my tree, I go around the tree, come around to where this is the direction I want my ridgeline to go. I'm going to put it through there, and I need to bring these on out and off the tree. Just like that. Now, put my ridgeline where about as high as I want it, cinch it around, pull it tight. Now we go to the other end. Okay, now I've got my tarp, and I have my 2 Woodsman's spruce right here to connect the tarp. I'm going to slide one down to the far end, and I'm going to leave the other one up here. Now, I'm going to set this up in a diamond configuration right now, because that's usually what I'd use underneath over a hammock. Suppose I want to set it up square. Well, I throw it up square and I just line up and hook up the 2 points the same. Why do I have 6 tent stakes? That's because if I'm doing it as a square tarp, I have 3 tie-out points on each side. So I have the 4 and the 2 in the middle that I'll use in case of storm. If I'm having to set this down low to the ground and crawl under it like a pup tent, I want that extra 2 to go in the middle to create my side tie down. So that's the reason I'm toting 6 stakes. But I've got this handy tie out right here. Usually, if I'm going to set it up for a hammock and I want to pull one side up, I'd put that point to the ground so I could pull it up and hook it to a tree or something to have like an awning coming over my hammock. And so for sake of discussion, that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to take the cord, throw it over the line, come down to my corner. I'm going to put my quick connect in there just like I already showed you how to do. Fold it in half, stick it through, take the knot, go up and over to the top, pull it tight. Now I'm going to go do the same thing on the other end. Now, you see here how this is attached, and I pulled them in opposite directions and the spruce knots have pulled them tight. So now my tarp is up there front to back tight. If I need, let's say the sun is shifting, it's now coming under that side. All I gotta do is grab this spruce and scoot that way, walk to the other end, grab the other knot, slide it tight, and we're back to tight. So I can fly it either way tightly. I pull the 2 sides out, as you already know how we're going to do. And I'm going to come up and anchor to a handy stake, a tree, whatever. Just like this, and I'm flying my tarp. I would have a hammock underneath this or whatever. The rest of this is standard tarp sets. I can set it up as a diamond quickly. I've got that cord attached, I've got my stakes coming out first, I got my guidelines. I can set it up as a low pup tent just by running the ridge line close to the ground, draping it over and staking down the sides and wiggle underneath it. Maybe a leaf bed and wiggle underneath it. It's very cold or something. I can take it and make one side flare way up for a tarp to have like a front porch, an awning out in front of my sleeping area. I can drop the 2 points to the ground like that and have what we call a diamond tarp going all the way to the ground, so it protects the hammock, but I still get a lot of breeze. I can put it on here square, I can put it on here whatever. With that center tie out, I can pull it up. It gives me the maximum amount of usage and the minimum amount of space. That's why this is a tarp shelter set, and that's the reason we created it. Hope this answered your questions, guys. Please leave any questions or comments below. And I'm sweating like a pig out here. It's about 96 and 85% humidity. Woo! Alright guys, till next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.